Finally, we have the AI breakthrough that we've all been waiting for. Oh my gosh. Is it medical related? No. Is it more productivity? No. It's a true breakthrough. Our dogs and our cats can now speak to us. That's right. New research uses artificial intelligence to help animals talk to us humans. Could you imagine your dog telling you, okay, yeah, all right, I ate your shoe, but you left me at home all day with Fox News on, and it was driving me crazy, giving me tremendous anxiety. Or maybe your cat saying, yeah, that stink eye. I meant it. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, to this. It's America's largest show about all things digital. It's the best show. It's the most trusted show. It's the award-winning show. Because after all, I'm your beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And my sole purpose is to always make sure that you are tech ahead and you're never left tech behind in the digital dust. And of course, you can find us on over 425 top stations from coast to coast. We're streaming in your favorite radio app. And wherever you get your podcasts, you can now get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. Love that. You can listen on your own time. Just search for Komando, of course, with a K. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio. I just love this. U.S. service members serving in 175 different countries and 200 ships at sea get the Kim Komando Show. And of course, I know that you have some questions about something digital that I can lend a hand to. And yeah, you can always ask your favorite AI chatbot. But you know what they say? They hallucinate, and I do not. And of course, that number is 1-888-825-5254. And let me tell you, because you're an insider here on the Kim Komando Show, you know, you don't have to sit on hold for hours to speak with me. You can actually make an appointment. Just head over to the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show with a K, of course. And at the top, there's a link that says Ask Kim. Fill that out, and then you can be scheduled right in. And I'd like to thank NetSuite for helping to make this show possible. I've always said this, if you don't innovate, you will evaporate, especially now when you're talking about AI in your businesses. Because if your business cannot adapt in real time, you are in just a world of hurt. You need total visibility from global shipments to real-time cash flow. And that's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite trusted by over 42,000 businesses. Now, let me tell you, NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for so many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, all into one suite. So this way you have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make those quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're just peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks, letting your team stay strategic. NetSuite helps you know what it's costing you and how to pivot. This is so important. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders right now at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim. And I'd also like to thank Total AV. Hackers, they don't take a day off, and cybercrime's exploding. The bad guys and gals, they are getting sneakier than ever. And being cautious helps, but let me tell you, it's just not enough. You need real-time protection, and that's why I recommend Total AV. Powerful antivirus that actually works. And right now, just $19 for the first year at protectwithkim.com. That's protectwithkim.com. Don't wait. Just go now while you're thinking about it. Protectwithkim.com. Alrighty then, every single day, you know I do this just for you. I visit at least 35 to 40 different sites to make sure that I know exactly what's happening in the tech space. And here are 5 things that you need to know about, so this way you are always tech ahead. And let's dive into the people behind AI first. We're talking about the names like Sam Altman, the founder of ChatGPT, Mark Zuckerberg, of course, that's Meta. And then you have Anthropic and Google. Now, they've all come out saying, we are on the verge of building this global super intelligence. And of course, AI is the 4th industrial revolution. I get that. And I use it every single day, all day long. But what some of the best AI scientists do not have is a fundamental knowledge that they're forgetting. That none of this AI really knows that it's here. It never says, like, who am I? What is my purpose? What's going on? It's thrown off track. It wanders into some deep rabbit holes, and it just makes stuff up. I've already talked about that hallucinating. I was using it to do some scripting, and it just came up with this whole bogus story. I'm like, you just made that up. I said that to ChatGPT. I'm like, I don't know where that came from. And then it came back and said, oh, Kim, you're right. I did make that up. Like, thank you very much. Moving on to number 2, there's a word that you need to know about. It's called Nudify. Yes, Nudify. It's not in the dictionary, but these new frightening AI apps, and they're being promoted on social media and also in some Google search results. They can take a photograph of anyone using AI, produce a really close representation of what that person looks like nude. Okay. Of course, Hollywood celebrities have dealt with this for so many years, but it was archaic compared to what these Nudify apps do. Now, the reason why I bring this up is really because of the numbers. 85 of the top Nudify sites average 18.5 million visitors per site per month. Okay. 85 sites have 18.5 million folks using them every single month. Wow. Problem? Yeah, big one. Moving on to number 3, we're going to go back in time about a year ago, and then Crowdstrike was all over the news. You remember is that our lives depended upon this. The Fortune 500 companies, they lost a combined $5.4 billion because this reboot death spiral that took down banks and hospitals and air traffic control, the airlines, 911, police, fire, and everything else under the sun. So I thought this was super interesting to hear how they're doing now. So they just posted a blog this past week. Okay. They say they've learned their lesson. Oh, doesn't that make you so feel good, so warm inside? They now have the ability to predict potential problems before it happens. Okay. They say giving customers control of when they perform an update. Isn't that nice? They also hired a chief resilience officer. Does that make you feel any better? Me neither. Moving on to number 4, yes, Queen Bey, Beyonce. A really interesting story. Right before her recent Atlanta show, thieves broke into a rental Jeep used by her crew, and they stole 2 suitcases. And inside was a laptop, 5 thumb drives containing watermarked, unreleased music, and then also this incredible piece of technology. And this incredible piece of technology was the reason why the police are on the hunt. Okay. The suitcases actually belong to Beyonce's lead dancer and choreographer. And they just finished rehearsals. They left the gear in the car. Somebody smashed the windows. Minutes later, it's all gone. Listen to this police call.
Do you have an address of where your computer is?
So it's
now?
following them because it's on Find My, like Find My iPhone. They have my computers, and it's really, really important information in there. Like I work with someone who's like of a high status, and I really need my computer and everything.
Yeah, okay, it's bad. Okay, one of the stolen items was a pair of the Apple AirPods Max. Okay, those are the $449 Apple headphones. They're phenomenal, just super expensive. And thankfully, the Find My feature was turned on. See, here's how it works. When Find My is on your Apple device, it sends this Bluetooth signal to any other Apple device out there, and there are over 1 billion of them, in order to anonymously identify where those AirPod Maxes are located. So, of course, they were able to turn that over to the police. The police are on the hunt, as I mentioned. Now, if you're on Team Android, you're like saying, well, what about me? Well, you have pretty much the same ability if you're using what's called tile trackers. And speaking of, what did Beyonce say to the boy who lost his balloon? This is a joke you can take forward, yes? If you liked it, then you should have put a string on it. Ho, 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 yes. All right, finally this, coming in at number 5. Here in Scottsdale, Arizona, not far from the home of the Kim Komando show here in Phoenix, one renter said, I'm not really happy with everything that's going on. He moved into a temporary condo while he's house hunting. From the outside, everything looks fabulous. But once inside, there were sharp carpet tacks, there was black mold under the bedroom furniture. So he asked Denali Real Estate, the leasing company, to fix everything. He says they were slow to respond. He was frustrated, as we sometimes all get with customer service, and he started going online and posting negative reviews on Google and Yelp to warn others. And that's when things took an unexpected turn. Even though his rent was always paid on time, Denali Real Estate sent him a bill for $1,800 plus 2 separate $2,000 penalties. I know. Why? His lease included a non-disparagement clause prohibiting negative online reviews and ratings of 3 stars or less. Wow. Violating this meant an automatic $2,000 fine per instance. So the company only walked back after the guy contacted the local news, the FTC caught wind, and so before you start thinking like, oh, I'm going to show them what's going on, you might want to read those leases and those contracts to see if there's a non-disparagement clause. And I'd like to thank Incogni also for helping to make this show possible because, our personal information is everywhere. Creeps and data brokers are out there just scooping up birthdays, social security numbers, political views, medical conditions. You name it, they will buy and sell literally anything. It's not even shocking anymore, but that doesn't mean that we all have to put up with it. God knows I'm not. Incogni is my secret weapon when it comes to online privacy. They do the hard work of getting your personal data removed from people's search sites and these shady data brokers. And now they've totally stepped it up. Incogni's new unlimited plan, you're going to love this, gives you the power to submit links to specific websites where your info is exposed, and then their team works to get it taken down. Talking about real humans with real results. It's not just about privacy, it's about peace of mind. You're going to notice fewer spam calls, fewer creepy emails, and way more control over your digital life. So here's what you need to do. Head to privacycam.com right now to lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal. That's privacycam.com. Take your privacy back already. And if you're not happy in 30 days, you get your money back. It's privacycam.com, privacycam.com. Alrighty then, let me tell you, I have so much to share with you. I was having trouble putting the show together. It's like, I just want to squeeze so much in because everybody needs to know this great stuff. Like, for example, if you lose your phone, how you can make it ring, even if it's on silent, how you need to stop saying yes to certain notifications because it's a big security problem. There's a sneaky new trick that hackers are using on Gmail. Wow, this is really something. You have to be careful you don't fall for that. And if you're flying soon, how airlines are tracking you so this way they can collect more data points. And of course, we just have the best calls ever in the history of radio and podcasting. And of course, you have me, your beloved digital goddess. $650,000 people every single morning wake up with my free newsletter called The Current. It's designed specifically to make sure that you know exactly what's happening every single day in the world of tech. We've got the web water coolers, there's device advice, there's what the heck, and then there's a healthy dose of really bad jokes that you're gonna love, okay, or hate, either way. Here's the deal. You can sign up one way by going to getkim.com, or you can sign up another way, which is going to winfromkim.com if you're not already getting it. If you go to winfromkim.com, that's where you get the newsletter, but also that you are entered to win automatically a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, a $999 value. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. winfromkim.com. All right, joining me here on the big show is my cohort, Andrew Babinski, who is also the co-host of the morning show there on KEZ. Hello there, Andrew.
Hi, Kim.
So, you were late today.
We don't really have to talk about that.
Did you forget?
It's not that I forgot. It's that I didn't remember.
Okay.
Those are two totally different things.
I'm telling you, Xandra, she has figured out the 360, and we have so many sound effects now. It's like we go from nothing to like bum, bum, bum.
Her timing is way better than mine.
For sure. We're not going to make an issue of it, even though you were late.
Absolutely not.
It's just a national radio show. Don't worry about it.
That's all.
That's all.
Oh, it was today?
Yes, it's today.
I thought we did it on Tuesdays.
Exactly. Karen in San Jose, California. Welcome to the show today, Karen. Now, I understand that you've been sitting there at your house and you are getting just a whole slew of Amazon boxes that, unlike me, you're not really ordering anything.
Absolutely. It's been a whirlwind. The boxes actually don't have any of the Amazon signature or what you normally see with Amazon boxes. They're just generic ones that say made in China on the outside because these are coming directly from the seller in China to the consumer in the U.S.
Oh, wow. So how did this, did you just wake up one day and then suddenly you had all these boxes? Is that what happened?
It started with one box, and it had my address, but the name above the address it said Liu Sansan, Liusansan, all one word. And I'm like, there's nobody by that name here. Went to my neighbors. I was like, do you know anybody that maybe they're one digit off? Maybe somebody made a mistake. And they're like, no, not me. So I ended up taking that to USPS, and I happened to be friendly with the woman that owns the store, so she kind of helped. She's like, I'm not quite sure what we could do, but you can leave it here. And then they kept coming and coming. And no rhyme or reason. Some weeks would be nothing, and some weeks would be 20.
So what's inside what is inside all the boxes?
They're all basically generic Chinese car seat covers, like faux leather ones.
Oh, nice. Yes.
and what this seller is doing, it's kind of a twofold scam. They are selling these generic seats as seats that are made specifically to fit XYZ make and model, like, Mitsubishi Eclipse this year. And so then they send them out to these consumers from China. The consumers get them. A majority of them, it probably doesn't fit. And when they go to return, they find out that they have to pay return shipping to the quote-unquote return center for the seller. So my guess is a lot of people are just like, well, it's not worth it. And I realized actually yesterday that that's probably why they chose a California address. I'm 30 minutes from the ocean. So that means there's more of a chance of it costing too much if you choose one of the coasts than if you had something in the middle.
Oh, so what did Amazon say?
After putting in 6 tickets throughout the year and being absolutely assured we will contact you, this will stop happening, you won't have to deal with it, and never getting a response. I even emailed their report of fraud email, never got a response. When this news broke and went pretty big, then I finally heard from them, and they did arrange for a guy with a truck to come and pick it all up and take it away. And I said, that's a great first step. But if that's all you're going to do, that's kind of putting a Band-Aid on an artery bleed. This needs to, because when I found out what was going on, that basically what the scam was, and that not only are they defrauding the consumers, but then they're also they're basically defrauding by not adhering to policies and using my address without my permission.
Didn't they gave you what, $100 gift card or something like that?
Oh yeah, I don't even know how many it's time, because there were times when I called and then just got frustrated and ended up ending the call.
But what a complete
ticket I put in.
But what a complete nightmare that you're sitting there at home and you're getting all of these boxes and you're filing all these tickets, and it's not even anything that you might want.
And we're talking hundreds of boxes, right?
Yes, we are. The poor woman had to put in 6 tickets to get a couple of gift cards from Amazon, and then they come pick it up, make it stop, and gosh.
Good job, Jeff.
Yes, good job. Well, Karen, baby, thank you for telling us your story. So if that ever happens to you, what do you think, Andrew? What do you want to do? Mark the boxes, return to sender, right? Contact the mail delivery service?
I mean, she did everything right. It's just Amazon that's got to step up. She went to the media. That's the only way she got any help.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, Jeff was getting married. He was busy.
Sure.
Exactly. Hey, enjoy the sounds of summer with Raycon's everyday earbuds. Get 32 hours of battery life and active noise cancellation at half the price of other premium audio brands. Right now, get up to 15% off at buyraycon.com/Kim. That's buyraycon.com/Kim. All right, I have a secret to tell you. I finally switched to Consumer Cellular, the same reliable coverage as the big guys, but let me tell you, for way less. You get real U.S.-based support and they helped me switch in about 20 minutes on the phone. I picked 2 lines with unlimited talk, text, and data for just $60. By the way, you can bring your own phone too. Head over to consumercellular.com/Kim and use code Kim25, and you're going to get $5 off your first 5 bills. Once again, that's consumercellular.com/Kim, and then use code Kim25 to get $5 off your first 5 bills. Andrew, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you actually lost your phone?
Oh, I lose my phone, my wallet, my keys constantly. Like lost as in I don't know where it is?
Like you're like, has anybody seen my phone?
Oh, 2 days ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where was it?
It was under the couch cushion.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now you know where to look next time.
But there was also a bunch of change down there. So actually losing it made me money.
You're like, yes. Here's a trick. If you have an iPhone and another Apple device, which I know you do, you open the Find My app and then tap Play Sound.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then it just starts ringing. If there's no Apple device nearby, that's where you go over to your iCloud account, and you can do the same thing online. Same deal with Android. Go to android.com/find. Android.com/find. Let's see. Paul in Marietta, Georgia. Hi there, Paul. You're up next. Glad to have you with us.
Hello, Kim. How are you? Great to be on your show.
Wonderful. What took you so long? I know you've been listening for a long time.
Yeah, I have. I started listening to you when I was out in California. I loved it.
Well, thank you.
It was late in the evening. It was great.
So what's on your mind?
Well, I've got a trip coming up to Portugal and Italy, and I've just been doing a lot of reading on the interactive translation earbuds and apps. And so I find myself getting on Google and just kind of going down those rabbit holes and reading a lot of stuff. And everyone seems to come back and say, well, we're the best. And says, well, wait a minute, let me contact Kim, get some advice from her on what she thinks. So that's what I'm doing.
So are you hoping to have like immediate real-time conversations with somebody in Portugal, in Italy?
Yeah, exactly. So, I know there's some with earbuds, and I was thinking like, well, if you're talking to a stranger, it might be kind of odd to say, well, would you put this earbud into your ear?
That's
so
it's a little invasive.
I know it is. So I'm thinking like, all right, what is the best? Obviously, when you get into some of the larger cities in these countries, everyone pretty much speaks English, so it's not a big deal. But we're going to be doing some traveling kind of off the beaten path, and I just kind of wanted to kind of see what's out there. The technology is amazing. I'm just hearing more and more about these, and I thought, well, maybe just kind of step up and see what's out there, because I would love to go down, the path and get something that really is good. And then obviously I've had lots of friends that ask me questions, and I said, I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, the time kettle ones, those are the ones. Andrew, have you ever seen those?
No.
Yeah, so they do real-time translation, 40 languages.
Okay.
And they have 93 different accents, and they work really great. But I have to say, like Paul, like you just said, like, here, Andrew, put this in your ear.
Yeah. Do you mind putting this strange device from a stranger into your body for me real quick?
And by the way, here's some alcohol.
Yeah, because we don't want to swap earwax, especially foreign earwax. That would be.
I wiped it off on my pants before I gave it to you. Calm down.
Have you ever done a lot of traveling to these countries?
I have, yes. Uh-huh.
I mean, because it's pretty hard to find people right now who really don't speak English.
That's true. That's true.
And these translation apps, all of them say, hey, they're great. But you know what? If you're looking for that instantaneous real-time conversation,
right.
I don't want you to waste your money. You're better off just putting Google Translate on your phone.
Okay, I do have that. Cool.
And set offline mode. So if you, for some reason, you don't want to use data roaming, don't want to use a connection, and don't want to depend upon Wi-Fi, then you have everything all in there. And then when somebody says something, you just say, you hit record or hit the microphone, and then it instantaneously translates right for you, right on the screen.
Perfect.
So, and then you're not screwing around with spending hundreds of dollars on something that doesn't really work, right?
And you don't have to put anything into anyone else's orifice.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah,
okay.
that's.
I'm with you.
It's, so all this tech sounds really great, and I know it would be really fabulous if we all lived like Star Trek, but doesn't always work.
But we'll get there, right?
Oh, I think we will.
Yeah, there'll be a point where everyone has an earbud in or something.
But it's so interesting. Like, so last time I went to France, I don't speak French at all.
No,
not even like buongiorno. No, wait, that's Italian.
Come on, Kim Komando, you got to know the language of love.
No, I don't. So I was sitting there and I'm just looking at the menus, one of these cafes at the Champs-Élysées, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what it says. So I just took my phone. And it instantaneously translated to like snails or something like that. I'm like...
And you decided you don't want to order or eat anything that was on the menu.
No, then you know me. So particular. I'm like, okay, can I have the snail without the snail?
Just bring me a slab of tuna.
That would be really good. Just raw would be just perfect. All right, let's see. We just solved one person's problem. And we saved him a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, he's excited. He was very happy.
He was very happy that he didn't have to figure that out. Linda in Stamford, Connecticut, welcome to the show today. Linda, what's going on?
Hey, Kim. I'm so excited to be speaking with you. I'm a new listener.
Oh, thank you.
This is so awesome. And I wish I had known about you a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't, but we're connected now, and I'm so grateful for you taking my call.
Me too.
So I'm not sure if they told you, but I have an iPhone 8.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have a what?
iPhone 8.
Okay. Do you also have a Walkman?
Right. Do you charge it right next to the Victrola in your house?
I knew you guys were going to give me a hard time.
Okay, and what's the oldest pair of shoes that you have in your closet right now? And I'm not kidding. I really want to know how old.
Gosh.
Come on, let me hear.
Oh, well, it's probably got to be at least 10. At least 10. But not the everyday shoes. I got, what are those called? Hokas. I got a new pair of those for my Italy trip. So I definitely got newer shoes for that trip.
So let me ask you a question, and this is serious. Okay. How come you haven't upgraded since the 8? Is it financial? Is it you're afraid of new technology? You don't think you need to upgrade?
I just felt like I didn't need it. I was like, I feel like I'm okay, and all the apps work, and I could add new apps, and it seemed okay. And now, because of the tariff thing, and I think I heard you mention you better get on it on one of your shows. So I started looking into the 16 versus the 16E, and my provider, they're going to give me like $200 credit if I trade in the iPhone 8. So I was kind of narrowing it down to these two devices, and I know it's going to be a big change for me, right?
It's going to be a big change. It's going to be a big one. Now, just to let you know, this 8 is not getting any more security updates from Apple. So you're running that risk. So you're kind of like a sitting duck out there, and I don't want that for you. So are you trying to decide whether you should buy the 16, the Pro Max, or just the 16 Max, or the E, or what is it? What are you trying to do?
I like the regular 16 versus the 16E. That's where I narrowed it down to. And I'm looking for like longevity again. Like if I get one of these, will I get longevity like I did with the other one?
Longevity's out the window when it comes to the iPhones. They're built to be upgraded. Okay. Do you disagree, Kim?
No, it's planned obsolescence.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say.
Except for somebody like Linda.
But I mean, the 8 is so long ago. Did Apple have that plan of attack when they were coming out with the 8?
Of course they did.
Well, it's lasted forever for her.
That's true. I mean, and that's the thing. I have an old MacBook. It still works.
How old is your MacBook?
Probably 10 years old.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's...
But it's big and clunky, and I have an old iPad. It still works.
Why don't you upgrade your MacBook?
I did, but the other one still sits on the side.
Okay.
And I just bought a new iPad Air yesterday. So, because I have to do a speech. And I don't want to stand up there with index cards, because that makes you look really old.
That's true. You want to look even older, stand up there with an iPhone 8.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, man.
Poor Linda.
Oh, my God. Hey, I have to tell you a side note. I did go to a party this weekend, and I wasn't the only one with the iPhone 8, so maybe it's just the people I hang out with have the old phones.
Yeah, that could be it. It's time to find a new group, really, seriously. I mean, unless you like those old people, but... if you want to hang with the cool kids, you got to get a 16.
What is the 16E? I'm not familiar with it.
It's a smaller It's a little bit cheaper, about $200 cheaper. It doesn't have MagSafe.
Okay.
But Linda, because you like to save things forever, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we all have that junk drawer, and I know that yours is just overflowing, just in the kitchen. It's just overflowing. Is that you're going to keep this thing for a long time. So I wouldn't get the 16.8. I would get the 16 because you're going to get better cameras, better battery life, a better screen. You get MagSafe. That means you don't have to plug it in, just lay it down on something and have it charging. And it's just a better phone. I mean, that's just the way it is. So you're just going to go get the 16, bite the bullet, because you like to hang on to things for a long time.
I can't believe she's getting $200 for her 8.
I was kind of surprised by that too.
That's a lot of money.
I bet you it's like maybe it's like a sucker trade-in. You better be careful for that, Linda.
Yeah, read the fine print.
It's like, okay, we're going to give you $200, but you need to buy the warranty.
Right.
For $400.
By dollars, we mean doll hairs.
Yes, exactly. Sandra!
Another sound effect.
She's going crazy in there. And look, did you see her face when she did it?
She's loving life.
You looked like you were like about 5 years old. Just going, yes, I got to hit the sound effect. All right, let's switch gears a little bit. Cybercrime is not slowing down. It's getting worse. Hackers are getting smarter, sneakier, and they're after everything. Your devices, your data, even your bank account. So how do you fight back? One of the best defenses is solid antivirus software. It scans for malware. It blocks suspicious websites, stops hackers before they can do any damage. Now, a healthy dose of thinking twice when opening emails and clicking links doesn't hurt either. But for the antivirus help that you need, I trust and recommend Total AV. They update you in real time, keeping you protected from the latest threats. Go to protectwithkim.com right now, and you're going to get Total AV for just $19 for the first year. And this is a deal. Covers up to 5 devices, including Windows, Macs, and of course, smartphones. Don't wait until it's too late. Your security matters. Get protected right now. Go to protectwithkim.com for my exclusive deal. That's protectwithkim.com. All right, I'm sure this has happened to you because it seems to be on every single website. You go to a website and up pops this little notification. You've seen it, Andrew. This site wants to send you notifications. Block or allow? What do you think? What do you think?
Well, I mean, instinctually, I would click on block.
Yes, exactly. Okay, if you do click on allow, you just opened up the door to nonstop scam alerts, spam, sketchy links that could actually infect your computer if you're not on the up and up and paying attention. This is one of the oldest browser tricks in the book. So just make sure, go ahead into your browser settings, whatever you use, and you want to turn off any notifications for any site that you do not absolutely trust. Better yet, just turn them off completely because it's so annoying. You'll just be sitting there like the Sun or the Daily Mail or whatever it is, just gives you more notifications.
How about your phone now with every single app asks you, will you allow this app to track you?
Yes.
Who says yes to that?
Not you and not me.
No, I really think Angry Birds should know where I am at all times.
You never know. You just never know. That might be an important thing for them to sell to somebody else.
You're not tracking me.
All right, still to come, a sneaky new trick hackers are using in Gmail. And I'll tell you, this is one of the sneakiest ones that I've seen in a long time here on the Kim Komando Show. If you want to glow from the inside out, get your natural radiance back with Native Path Collagen. Some studies suggest collagen supplements may support bone health, tissue recovery, and overall skin and hair wellness. And right now, get 45% off, free shipping, and a free frother at getnativepath.com/Kim. That's getnativepath.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Matt in Augusta, Georgia. Hello there, Matt.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm great. What's going on? How can I help?
I wanted to talk about something that came in your newsletter the other day, and I first just wanted to say to all the listeners, if you don't get it, if you don't subscribe, you really should. It's full of great tech tips, and sometimes there's even stuff in there that kind of hits you right between the eyes, like it did to me the other day. On one of the postings you had, you were talking about using ChatGPT and like systems to help you when it comes to medical issues. Not necessarily for diagnosis, but just for understanding and knowledge.
Right.
You
get that scary diagnosis, and you're trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
Yes, and you were talking about your mother's pancreatic cancer, and so I was reading the newsletter, sitting in the airport waiting on a plane, and my dad just got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer about a month ago. So I was just calling to talk to you about that, to see if you had any advice, just how to navigate through all of this when it comes to dealing with a parent. I want to do this right because it's my dad, whatever right looks like. I don't really know all the answers yet. So that's what I'm calling to talk to you about.
It's very difficult. It's hard. It's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I would say it probably was the hardest. I was very close to my mother, like you are obviously with your dad. And pancreatic cancer, the thing with that is that when you are given that diagnosis, I hate to say it like this, but it's a death sentence.
It is.
The doctors say you have 3 months or a couple months, whatever it may be. And it's unexpected because you don't have any symptoms.
Correct.
And you go to the doctor and suddenly it's like, oh, you have pancreatic cancer. Like, oh, it's a sunny day out. Like, what does this mean to me? As the child, what I did is that I focused on things that I could control.
Right.
Like I wrote about, I dove into every clinical study. I learned to read CT scans and PET scans and clinical trials. And I spoke to anybody that I could. The big thing is to be your dad's advocate because nobody can speak for him like you.
Yeah. And one other thing, my mom is actually a retired registered nurse. And so as far as, I guess, the medical stuff, she has a firm understanding, but sometimes you can see too much and know too much.
You know what? I was just going to say that. I have a family. I had a family member who was a nurse who said, "There's nothing you can do. That's it."
Yeah, okay. And so she's kind of clammed up about the whole thing. So I'm not really getting even the medical side from her. She's listening to the doctors and understanding and interpreting everything they're saying, but I don't know that I am necessarily getting that same information.
What I would do is I would ask your dad for his sign-in for his medical records. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I have that.
Okay, then you go in and you read all the labs and the doctor's notes, and it depends what stage he's in. But it also depends something else that I learned. Not all pancreatic cancer is the same. There are different type of DNA mutations. My mother's was a mutation that was more like a melanoma. And because it was more like a melanoma, they were able to treat it differently, even though she was stage 4 pancreatic cancer, is that they approached it at MD Anderson in Houston, Texas. That's where I took her. Because let me tell you something. I first took her to the Mayo Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic told me that she had 3 months to live, and I did not want to accept that. So that's when I took her to MD Anderson in Houston that looked at her and said, yep, you're an older gal, but you know what? If you're willing to fight, we're willing to be right there next to you.
And one of his doctors actually asked him, he said, are you a fighter? That was one of the first questions he had. And my dad said, yeah, I guess so. He said, no, I don't need a guess so. I need to know so. Are you a fighter? He said, because I'm not even going to waste my time if you're not a fighter. I need a fighter. And so Dad said, yeah, I'm ready to fight. So,
and that's the key. And let me tell you, Matt, this is hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. You're going to cry a lot. It's going to tear you up.
Yep.
And your dad's going to be in places where you've never seen him, and your kids are going to see your dad like they've never seen him. I will never forget my son Ian with my mom and her head in the toilet. And him helping.
Yeah, and we've got that too. Their house was destroyed in Hurricane Helene last year, so they've actually been living with me since September. So,
all right, so you're
they're
there.
There with my kid, with my two boys, and so they're getting to see some of the ugly stuff too, more than they probably should.
Okay, but you know what? It's going to help.
But
those
they're there with it.
Yes.
Yep.
And the other thing too is it's going to make those boys strong.
Yep.
And they're going to have a relationship that they never thought that they would ever have. But the big thing is for you to take time for you, right?
Yes.
And learn how to meditate, hold his hand, share some memories, make some new ones. I remember I would go into my mom's, because my mom lived in our guest house, and I'd go in there and I'd knock on her door and I'd say, house cleaning, just to because I was cleaning her house every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And just to keep things as normal as possible. And when there are family members that don't want to help you, try not to get angry. They just can't deal with it. If you ever want to talk to me about this offline, Matt, I'm happy to do it with you. Because it's tough, buddy. It's tough. Hey, in business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick two. But what if you could have all three? You can with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Try OCI for free right now at oracle.com/Kim.